I'm Alex.
And I'm Teddy.
And I'm Spencer.
And we are
The Button Mappers.
Hey, the Button Mappers.
All right,
good middle name.
I'm recording. I'm recording. Alex, ready. Whatever you're. I don't. Some people don't like the other last name. So I'm not
Ready's
gonna say it.
You can say my last name. It's Smithers. We all know. I'm just kidding. We all know it.
Alex Ready Gettysburg.
My name is Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too. Whatever that fucking song goes.
Yes.
His name is my name too. Whenever he goes out, the people always shout, "Get him!"
No. We'll be here all night, folks. Well, some would say that was a gem of name. But you know where else gems are found?
And Metal uses a closet, hidden under his clothes,
Hidden from view.
Yeah. He hides. He plays a good hide and seek. As do other gems in treasure. The theme of the Game Talk and the month. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Treasure Month. We're talking about the company Treasure, the Gunstar Heroes themselves. It's great to be here.
Did Teddy get really robotic for you, Spencer?
No.
Oh, for some reason he got really robotic to me. It sounded like he like auto-tuned your voice for a second, Teddy. It was kind of awesome.
Did you like it?
Yeah. That was cool.
Do you have a
try and replicate that?
Do you have a tornado coming, Alex?
No tornadoes today.
Okay.
And a tornado. That's my best auto tune.
And the tornado.
Well, in a non-robotic voice, Alex, tell the viewers, what is a Game Talk?
Hey everybody, welcome to Game Talk. Game Talk's the show that we do once a month, usually the beginning of the month, where we share our experiences with games, usually related to the topic of the episode. But before that, we do have a Q&A section that we like to answer your questions. If you have a question for next episode, you can leave it in the comments. I can't tell you the theme of next episode yet because we have to decide that right now.
Are we doing it now?
Yes, we can go ahead and do it because we have to let them know. It's better to let them know at the front of the episode.
Okay.
So, if you didn't watch last Game Talk, we're doing a thing this year where we spin a wheel and the winner gets to pick the next month. So, Teddy won Treasure Month, so it's me and Spencer. Let's go.
And it's Alex.
It's me. You cut out. It's me. Yay. All right. So, do you guys want to know the month or the map out first?
Can we guess?
Yeah, you can guess. I was gonna have you guys guess for prizes, but I couldn't think of a good prize, so you can just guess the guess.
With no clues, I don't.
No clues.
I
Just throw caution to the wind, Spencer.
Sonic Adventure, Sonic Month. I don't know.
Nope.
My gosh. I thought of more before this, but just for the sake of time, I will say Jack and Daxter. Not Jack and Daxter. I meant Crash Bandicoot.
No, that would be cool though. But no, we are doing the map out for the month is Halo Combat Evolved, and the month is Halo month.
Wow.
All right, very cool. There's a game I actually want to play in Halo, so that
Hell yeah.
works out. What made you choose that?
I've been playing a lot of Halo. I'm like almost I'm like almost done with the Master Chief Collection. I'm at the end of Reach that I just have to play through 4, and I'm done with those like 6 games in that collection. And the first game's really mappable, and I was like, okay, we could do this. So yeah, leave us some questions for Halo month.
And I suppose that
Nice.
I announce mine next month for Game Talk.
Yep. Wait till then.
Well, yeah, but you still have to spin the wheel though. but just with only your name on it.
You know, it works because I was gonna say if I won, I was gonna ask if I could just let Alex go next month. Anyway, I don't know if that's against the rules, but mine only works for, the naming
rules.
convention works better for either March or May.
So you didn't want next month?
Mm-mm.
Sorry. Make it work.
All right, so yeah,
Leave
next
your
time.
best M
Halo.
guesses. Yeah, in the comments below. Are we doing the multiplayer maps or the story?
For Halo Combat Evolved, we're doing the story. We're doing the chapters.
Okay.
Which should take you like 7-8 hours, the tops.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not long.
fine.
So.
You say Halo. I say Godbye.
And of course, we don't know the other episodes. We could do a Halo match, online Halo match. You know,
It's true. Yeah, maybe. Hey,
maybe.
let us know your best Halo ideas in the comments below. Speaking of which, if you don't have a Halo over your head right now, subscribe while you're still alive.
Whoa, are you still on? Wait, if you have if you don't have a Halo, yeah, because if you have a Halo,
Right.
you're dead. If you are dead, don't worry. I hear they still have Apple Podcasts and Spotify in the afterlife, and we're on there.
Yay!
And also in Hell, they have Discord.
Hell has a Discord.
Hell has a Discord, and so do we.
Coincidence?
I think not. All right,
Cool.
Treasure Month. Treasure Month commence.
Let
Teddy,
it begin
what
with
Te-
questions.
Well, real quick, Teddy, let's talk a little about Treasure. What is Treasure, and why did you pick it?
Treasure is a box you find in the sea. It has a lot of gold and currency. When you open it up, it'll make you rich. Don't lose it, or that makes you a bitch.
Damn. Take it to the hoop like slam.
Straight from Dr. Seuss's mouth.
A little bit of tea erasure. Tea eraser. Treasure is a company that did Gunstar Heroes as their first game ever. And since then, they've been sort of renowned as like cult classic guys. You know, small team, kind of does what they want. Read about them in a Nintendo Power recently where they said that like a lot of companies just kind of go with the higher up, whatever they say. But Treasure had like 4 factions all working on different games at different times. And they kind of just went with the fun philosophy. And so there's other notable Treasure games that are kind of cult classics. Your Mischief Makers, your Ikaruga, even Wario World to some extent.
Hell yeah.
So I wanted to spend a month really looking at one of these obscure companies, a gem that is not so hidden, but is a gem nonetheless. One of many in Treasure.
Sick.
Does that answer your question, Spencer?
To
Little-
answer your question.
Little insulting, but yes, that answered it. I'm good.
Did you get your answer? Did you get what you was looking for?
Spencer wanted a question answered to me. He answered it.
Spencer wanted to know what is treasure.
What is Treasure? I don't know.
It's like a really bad Adam Sandler.
What is Treasure? I do not know. What is Treasure? Cool.
Great. Well, we got questions. No, I lied. You've got questions. We've got answers. The first ones comes from Terry. Do I sense violation? The cynical gaming blog Terry309 starts with a little reference to a timestamp, something Spencer said, that we can all hesitate. Spencer has a voyeur fetish confirmed. New Pal World will be on this predicted it. Q. What game do you fondly treasure with a capital T? Question mark. And did Treasure develop it? Question mark. If not, then who did? Question mark.
Ooh, that's a 3-punch combo.
Terry, I don't know if we need to go over the rules for you, but only one asker gets to ask more than one question per month. It's not you. So,
And you know what? We have
Terry,
we have an apology from the Positiver.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it in a minute.
For that exact thing. So actually, I think we require an apology from Terry now.
He won't do it.
He will.
He'll double down.
Okay. Well, what do we do in the interim? Do we answer one question?
We can answer one.
We're going to answer the first one, and then we're going to cut off the other two.
The first game essentially equates to, what games do you like? For a gaming
basically.
podcast. Excellent.
Well, no, see, you're misusing Treasure because he's misusing Treasure. He's using the company name. What games do you fondly use the company Treasure for?
I don't use Treasure.
I use them for embezzlement. Next question. I don't know. I like RPGs. That is all.
Treasure RPGs?
No.
No, don't answer it.
No. Yeah, I'm not supposed to answer that. I'm not allowed.
Alex?
Just Terry wanted to ask 3 questions.
Terry the baby.
Wanted to ask 3 questions. I mean, if we're answering the first question seriously, what is a game that I treasure? A game that is like treasure to me. Donkey Kong Country. There you go. That's like my favorite game.
Okay, and if we're answering this for me from the treasure angle, no.
Is it a yes or no question?
Yeah, we should all answer a different question that you asked, but not the others.
Yeah, somebody gets the last one. If not, then who did?
Donkey
Nintendo.
Yes,
Donkey
yes.
Kong, no, and Square.
Donkey Kong no Square. What if Square made Donkey Kong Country? That's the question.
It would be way more epic.
Oh, come on, dude. Don't.
I didn't say better.
Kong RPG.
I did not say better. I said it would be more epic.
You didn't say better. Yeah, that
If you
last
kind of
fight
want.
with K.
Go
Rool
ahead.
would be like more dramatic.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be like
I
when we
do
get
now
Angel
want
playing.
the Final Fantasy with Donkey Kong, starring Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong in Midgar, dude. On the overworld, it would look like he is actually like kind of walking around. It makes
Oh my
sense.
god, I just want the map of Midgar, but with the and the cycle of DK walking across Midgar.
Yeah.
That's a good sight.
I want his run, like the donkey run, where he like pounces like a cat. You know.
I was thinking of just like the map icon, where you're just walking.
Yeah. That'd be cute.
There you go, Donkey Kong Fantasy. It's cute. Flip that.
No. Don't tell him what to do.
Okay.
That's just- you got to do a donkey voice.
Donkey?
Donkey.
Donkey!
Does Donkey Kong talk?
Oh, he's like, okay.
Yeah, okay. That's the beginning of DK64. It goes, okay. When you like start it up. It's pretty cool.
Sounds cool. Next
Spencer?
question, please. Next question.
No, give us your best. Okay,
Come on, do it.
I never heard him say it.
Do it.
Okay.
we're doing it for you.
Okay.
Do it one more
That's
time,
okay.
uninterrupted. I'm still interrupting you. Hold on. Okay, go.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Try again. Oh, sorry, I interrupted you. Can you do it one more time?
Okay. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
All right.
Okay.
All right. We now have the prime question minister here, not to be confused with Spencer, who's pounding his chest. It's BioPhoenix here. I want BioPhoenix Reviews to change his handle to BioPhoenix here.
Agreed.
Sounds like he would've
2024
by now.
goals. You would think, yeah. But he is Prime. He's the question. He's the minister. He's here. Only one Digimon game for Digimon Game Talk. Well, that's not misleading at all. LOL, funny. I mentioned my first question about guns, and this was before Pal World came out. I are the prophet. I got Pal World recently, and I actually have fun with it, but it's more of a crafting survival game like Ark, 7 Days to Die of the Forest, etc., but with some Pokemon like Monsters to Catch. But it's very well made for early access, and it kind of blows what the modern Pokemon games do. And it's not even a full price game either. For those that have it on Steam and want to play multiplayer, let me know. Sadly, the Xbox version does not support crossplay. Wow.
Wouldn't want to play with
Cute.
filthy console players
Doesn't have-
anyway.
Xbox version doesn't have quants play. I have to play Pal World on my
I'm the
shield.
last remaining console player. You guys are all PC.
I don't think Alex plays that much PC. Steam Deck is like halfway in.
Yeah.
It's
I play
basically
games on my computer sometimes.
sometimes, yeah.
It's a portable console, PC.
That's true. That's what it stands for. You're right.
Q, what fast food mascot would be a good choice for a new treasure platformer game like the McDonald's one they did?
Jack from Jack in the Box.
Damn, I was thinking Jack
That
too.
would be good.
Yeah.
Isn't he in
But,
Snow
like-
Bros?
He looks like it, but it's like not a happy game. It's like you're in like downtown Chicago and you have to avoid the homeless crackheads while you're trying to get to the nearest Jack in the Box at 3 a.m. for a taco.
That's good.
I'm gonna say Hamburglar. I mean that game writes itself. Just like making another Wario game, but instead of coins, it's hamburgers.
Hey, are you done writing the game? I thought it was writing itself. We release tomorrow.
Just get AI to do it. It's fine. Who cares?
See, I'm going Dave. Dave's got history.
He's not the mascot.
Dave, like from Wendy's.
Yeah, Dave. From Wendy's.
Wendy.
What about
Wendy's
Wendy?
the mascot.
What about Wendy?
What about
you got
Wendy?
Dave?
That's fair.
It's
like
like
a-
Dave.
See, you go back in time to like Dave's younger years. Maybe it's like the Dave's biography.
But as a video game.
Yeah. But you know they do those visual novel kind of games. They did Digimon last month. You know?
I don't know. I always picture in like a Sierra, like point and click, but like you're Dave, and it's like, I gotta make my old fashioned hamburgers.
These round hamburgers
I'm
don't fit
thinking
into the
of
square
running this
hole.
company. Should I name it after my daughter Jane,
Hmm?
Bonnie, or Wendy?
History happened.
Thank you, Bio. Next Bio Phoenix question here. Q, do you think Bleach Dark Souls on the DS is the true Dark Souls experience? Parentheses, yes, this is a treasure developed game.
Can we add some cricket noises in there? Chirp, 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 chirp.
As long as you are the cricket.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
Alex, Cricket
I'm
Alex.
thinking Don Bradman.
Yeah, Don Bradman. We're not answering that, right? Like we're
Yeah, move on. Move
We're
on.
above that,
Move on.
Okay. Next one comes from
Turbo.
Turbo.
Turbo. Q. Treasure was one of the most prolific devs for the Sega Genesis. What other dev do you think really shined on Sega's 16-bit beast?
Spencer, don't answer all at once now.
Sega. Do they count as a developer? 'Cause
Which branch?
Sonic Team.
I mean, oh, sure.
That's my that's my well researched answer.
Yeah, it's been
Tengen.
Tengen?
Tengen.
Okay.
Ben 10.
Ben 10?
Ben 10. Tengen. Ben 10.
Okay.
No, it's Tengen. Tengen did like Fire Shark. What else did they do? Am I getting that right? Tengen
No,
did
that's
that?
Toa. That's Toa Plan.
Oh, that's who I mean. That they did like 3 like vertical shooters just like that. I think they did Truxton.
Yeah,
And they did Hellfire, I
Hellfire.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hellfire and Zero Wing.
Hmm.
That's
Oh
it.
no. You know who my real answer is? I think it's Technosoft.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna pick Technosoft. I was gonna say
Yeah.
something if you didn't.
Yeah, it's Technosoft.
Yeah.
Here's
Tengen's
Oxby.
not fucking Tengen. Tengen's Atari. Toa Plan's a good choice though. Too.
Hmm. 3 T's.
Yeah, 3 T's for Terry. I was
3
thinking.
T's for Terry.
I was originally gonna choose like Toa Plan or Wolf Team. It was they did like the Valis games and stuff, and some of the like Gaiaris and stuff. But I think I'm gonna choose the Sega Technical Institute, which is the U.S. branch of Sega that did like Sonic 2, 3, Comic Zone, because like Mark Cerny started there, and Mark Cerny designed the PlayStation 4. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna go with STI. Not
Or Sega
STD.
Technical
Yeah.
Institute. Yeah, sexually
Well,
transmitted
S-
infection.
STI is still pretty bad.
Yeah, it's still pretty bad.
I think this conversation's giving me an STI. Can we move to another question?
No.
Oh.
We're gonna stay here for 15 more minutes.
There's more meat on this bone.
We're gnawing.
I just want to shout out Tylord Stevenson for watching the Digimon Game Talk. He says publicly, I watched after all.
But you didn't leave a question.
That's okay.
Don't encourage that.
Oh,
Leave a question.
Tylord. Tylord, if there's not a Halo question, we'll be very sad.
I know he's played some Halo.
Halo fan.
You played Halo.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Majority. Company versus question time. Rareware versus Treasure. Who's the better video game company and why?
Rareware.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Treasure. It's rare.
It's like not even
It is
close.
100% rare. Yeah.
Okay,
I've
no,
realized
like-
that later that there is probably a better comparison, like to make a more like holistic, comparison video. But
I'm even willing to go
Rareware.
out on the limb and say Rareware now is better than Treasure, and I don't like Rareware now.
Well, you can play Sea of Thieves where you find treasure.
That's true.
So there's that.
That's true.
Now,
Banjo Kazooie has Treasure Trove Cove.
That's true. Treasure makes quality games, but they don't have the same appeal, I think, that Rare has. And Rare's definitely made some of the all-time classics. Like my favorite game, Donkey Kong Country.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that from earlier?
Mm-hmm.
With Donkey Kong?
Yeah. Donkey Kong.
He's the monkey. Actually, he's a gorilla, but he's like a monkey. Same thing.
Same thing.
Yeah, they're the same. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
What am I, a zoologist?
What am I, a zoologist?
What am I, a zoologist? I'm just talking about the big old monkey. He grubs the banana.
Yeah, Rareware's got the certified bangers. Treasure has a couple, but I think they're culty.
Yeah, for the most part. I think Treasure has appeal if you're way into game, like if you're like way into retro games, Treasure, But I think Rare has appeal even if you don't play that many games. You could get behind some Rare games, You can get behind like playing some Banjo, some GoldenEye or something, I mean, GoldenEye was fucking huge, and that probably got a lot of people to buy a 64, right? So.
Well, yeah, and I think it probably also like single-handedly raised the age of players that play the N64 because it was just like a kid's console, and then there was GoldenEye, so that like all the college kids could get into it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thanks, majority. All right, Spencer, why
You're
don't you
welcome.
read the Positiver's apology?
Okay.
And read it as if you are the Positiver.
Channel your inner Positiver.
Dearest Spencer and the Button Mappers Incorporated, I'm sorry for violating the question rule. Positive.
That was good.
Bravo.
Do you accept his apology?
Positive. Apology is accepted. I don't do it often, so be glad that I am accepting your apology. Let's not make the mistake again, unless a miracle happens and you do become the president / whatever. I don't know where you're from. I guess I just kind of assumed you came from the UK or Britain or something. But unless that's the case, let's keep the questions to one. And by the way, that means Terry, apology from you as well. Now.
Keep things positive, like the Positiver.
That was a weird bit. Oh, Switch is still going. Okay, so.
Well, I mean, you guys can keep going. Move me along. I did my piece. I did my piece for us.
Now moving along to the next. Is there any more questions? Are we done?
No, that's it for questions. Give us your best Halo questions for next month. So, yeah, it's time to talk games. Oh wait, we are indeed talking games. It's not a joke. No joke alert.
The show's over. Wait a second.
Nope.
No, it's not. We gotta. You
Beep,
did.
beep, 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 beep. Transmission time. Psh. Teddy, we have an urgent message for you. You must decide who has uncovered the best treasure of them all. I want to know, Spencer, what treasure of a game did you play for today's Game Talk? Psh, over.
I played Gunstar Super Heroes. It's a Game Boy Advance sequel to Gunstar Heroes, which we'll be playing later in the month. I guess it probably plays like Gunstar Heroes. I haven't played it yet, so I'm just going to assume that. It is a pretty visually stunning Game Boy Advance game. You play as, I think they're called Red and Blue. And it's weird. It's like a side scroller for about half of the game, and the other half are different hodgepodges of different styles. Like there's shooting segments, there's like spaceship shooter segments, there's segments where you're like on walls trying to shoot things. Trying to think of every instance that I came across. Yeah, just like not motorcycle, but like almost racing or just like moving really fast on like a platform kind of segments. It was really good. I played it on easy, and it was probably just too easy because I only died on the last level, which the last level was really bizarre. It was almost like playing on a board game, and you moved across with like timed button presses. Very strange. But anyway, I don't have a lot to say about it, but it was pretty fun. I remembered when I was looking up a game to play, like a treasure game, that I had actually played the Astro Boy game and really liked it. But I didn't want to just redo that. So I did choose this one. And I was pleasantly surprised. It was generally pretty fun. But that's about it. I guess I'm excited to play the first one to see like what changes they made and all that noise. Maybe you guys know more about this game than I do. I don't know.
Nope, never played it.
I know it exists. That's it. I never played this one either. But if it follows the first game, that you play through a stage and it has like different set pieces, right? So
Yes.
I guess my question for you is like, what was your favorite set piece?
Surprisingly, it was the overhead spaceship shooter segment. I was really impressed by the way they could use like a 3D perspective on it. I feel like I haven't seen that in a shooter, and I don't play shooters, so I'm sure it's done in many of them. But I just was kind of blown away by the perspective of seeing buildings pass by you and like really honestly look like they were in 3D passing by you, and they were actually like obstacles in your way, so you had to you could maneuver around them. It felt like surprisingly cool, and then it had a depth of field shot, like you could shoot explosives that would go forward and then down. So it was an interesting way to try to aim that. I almost wish I had a little bit longer with it so I could master it more. Yeah, I was kind of blown away by that. I always get surprised when I go back to the Game Boy Advance and see the tricks they were able to do to really bring out the graphics on that little system. I always forget just how much that thing is capable of. It's really impressive.
Yeah, that makes me think back to the Nintendo Power thing I read, where they had mentioned really trying to push the hardware to do as much as it could, which was like kind of their signature thing. And they were specifically talking about Gunstar Super Heroes, but I remember Astro Boy being similar in that regard as well. And then we played Dynamite Heady recently, which that game is not great, but from a visual standpoint, it's just like so much is going on. It's a lot to take in. It's like eye candy in a sense. So that's good to hear. I'm happy to hear it was impressive in that regard. I don't want to say too much about comparing it to Gunstar Heroes. I mean, you'll see when you see, but I am curious. One staple mechanic of Gunstar Heroes was being able to like pick one of 4 weapons, and then you could pick up another weapon and combine it, and then like that would dictate how you run and gun, basically. Is there a similar mechanic to that in Super Heroes?
In this one, there were only 3 weapons, and I feel like you had them from the beginning. And I don't recall any combining of any weapons, but maybe there wasn't. I just didn't grasp it. But again, it was very easy. I mean, I played on easy, so it lived up to that. It was. I was expecting it to be harder, so because like these shooter games, I'm not really like skilled at, but I just breezed right through it. So it's possible there were mechanics that I didn't really pick up on, and but I didn't see any. It was just 3 weapons, and I really didn't even understand the difference between the weapons. Like they looked visually different. I think the green lasers bounced, like they ricocheted, and there's like an explosive one that I guess exploded, and then the blue one seemed to be the main one that just hit things. But outside of that, I don't know. I didn't like check the damage calculations on any of it or anything. I just used whichever one I decided to use at the time, and it seemed to work fine. So I don't know if it's as, and again, I haven't played the first one, but I don't know if it's as in depth in terms of the ammo and weapon types as the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that makes you a superhero.
Did you beat it on the original GBA?
Oh yeah, yeah, I played it real good.
Show us your cart.
Yeah.
Oh, it's in my dad's car seat. I left it there. My bad.
Oh. Yeah, it happens.
No,
Your
it's
dad still needs the car seat?
Yeah, well, it's for him. I, obviously I played on an emulator. It's weird. The first emulator I was using, it wasn't reading my controller correctly, and it wasn't reading the down button, and it was like forcing the up button, which I didn't fully understand until I booted up a different emulator and it was working perfectly. So I've recorded my footage. I'm not going to use the first one, but the first footage I had, every time I jump, it was like an uppercut, and I was like, this character only uppercuts, and it was just like constantly like every time I tried to jump over an enemy, it would just jump straight up, and I was getting really really frustrated. And then I also couldn't pick. I could only pick the red character because he was at the top, and it wouldn't let me go down to pick the other one. I was navigating the menu and I was like, is it like I have to beat it with this red guy first and then I can play it with the blue guy? And then when it got to the difficulty setting, it was like only letting me choose easy because medium was for the next option down. And so I was like, I guess now I have to beat it on easy. I can't just skip to medium. It was a very, very strange. Oh, and then like when you're running, so like in this game, I'm sure it's the same in the other one, but if you hold the shoot button, that's how it shoots. Otherwise, it's a melee attack. And I was doing that, but it was always aiming up. Like he was always running and like shooting diagonally forward. And I was like, this is so bizarre. This can't be right. And then finally, I was like, oh, literally can't go down. And then I switched, and it made the game so much better. But yeah, overall, I don't know. It's a fine game, I guess. Visually, it's quite stunning, but the gameplay was just fine. I guess I just don't have a ton to say about it. It's very pretty.
Was it fine or was it fine?
It was fine. Foine.
Or was it like, damn?
It was like, damn,
It's
girl.
fine.
Gunstar Super
Girl,
Heroes.
you fine?
Girl.
There's a good number of like these weird GBA sequels to like previously established games. That's like I get why they exist because the GBA is like a 16-bit console anyway, so might as well make a sequel to your 16-bit games. But at the same time, it's just like, what kid in whatever year this came out, 2002, 2003, whatever, was playing GBA and knew what Gunstar Heroes was, you know?
Isn't Gunstar Heroes like one of the more popular games though?
Yes, yeah, for Genesis, but like still, like I'm trying to think of like the target audience for GBA was probably still kids at that point. So it's a bizarre choice to put that on GBA.
Yeah, that's got to be a weird one.
And part of the appeal of Gunstar Heroes was the co-op experience. And it's like,
Yeah.
you're going to play co-op GBA? Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like it's not like people didn't have the link cables because they definitely did for like Pokemon and stuff. But like, find another kid that has Gunstar Super Heroes. You're not, you know. Like whatever. I had like one friend that had like a different game to me that wasn't Pokemon. Whenever I'm like, oh shit, we both have Sonic Advance 3. Like that was like, oh what? And like I actually got to play another game on link cable that wasn't Pokemon. And even then, it's fucking Sonic the Hedgehog, so you know it's more likely that will happen.
Yeah. I don't know. This is bizarre.
Beep, 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 beep. Oh, we're getting a call. Spencer, thank you for uncovering the treasure. We're now going to deep diver Alex of the Button Mappers to find out what treasure he done dug up in the wild, wild ocean.
I forgot my diver suit, so I have to hold my nose.
Excellent. Well, don't hold it too long, because you'll have to tell us about your treasure. Over.
Absolutely. Why do people look for treasure, right? That's the question we've all been asking for years. They look for treasure because they want to become rich. So my game today is about a certain squirrel whose main goal is to also become rich. I played Conker Live and Reloaded, the remake of Conker's Bad Fur Day for the original Xbox. I actually just beat this a couple nights ago, and I'm here to talk about it. Conker's Bad Fur Day, it was a game for the Nintendo 64, released by Rare at the end of the life that Nintendo just kind of left hanging because Nintendo didn't want to promote a game that was as violent and vulgar as Conker's Bad Fur Day was. So, didn't really get the marketing that it needed. And whenever Microsoft bought Rare, it was a chance for them to pick up this idea that they had with Conker's Bad Fur Day and kind of revitalize it for a new audience on the original Xbox. Maybe an audience that would appreciate it more on that console, being it's a more mature console. So Conker's Live and Reloaded, story-wise, is basically just the exact same as Conker's Bad Fur Day, but with like a few cheeky little nods to the fact that it is a remake. Like some of the characters will reference that they're in a remake sometimes, which is kind of funny. Has like that rare humor. Conker is a squirrel. He is out drinking with his buddies, gets drunk, and gets lost. And the entire game is about him trying to find his way home. And of course, he never does, because he always finds himself in weird and wacky predicaments, fighting weird and wacky people, and collecting money, doing jobs for money. So this game will take you everywhere from a giant mountain made of poo to a fucking caveman like a gladiator arena. It'll take you to Dracula's castle. It'll take you to the fucking beaches of Normandy, and it'll even take you all the way to space. Conker never gets home. It's a very funny game that at face value looks like it would just be another collectathon platformer like Banjo-Kazooie or DK64 was. It's absolutely not, though. Conker is more about set pieces and sort of just like progressing a narrative. So throughout the game, each set piece will kind of lead you on to the next set piece, and you're supposed to play it in a certain order. So you can't really collect and like run around as you would like to, even though there is some like hidden cache here or there. Really, it's all about the narrative. And I found the game to be really funny. There's some really good moments in this game that I did not see coming. And I've played the N64 version, just so you all know, but I actually have that version. But just replaying it on the Xbox, it's been a minute. So some of the moments still caught me off guard. One of my favorite moments is that there's you have to fight like these little demon guys, and they hop into like a water heater looking thing, or like a heater, and it's like stomping around, and you have to smack it in the balls, which is pretty fucking funny. And then once you beat it, its balls fall off, and then you have to use detached.
Never mind. You could stop.
Okay. So like you knock the balls off this boss, and you have to use the detached balls to solve a puzzle, which is the weirdest thing. But there's all sorts of moments like that. The moment that really got me this time, because the game has like really good looking visuals on the original Xbox. Like I think it's probably one of the best like games visually for the original Xbox. It was released near like I think it was 2005, so it's like right near the end, or 4 or 5. Was the moment that you get to the second to last chapter, it's War, where it becomes a Saving Private Ryan parody. Shit really hits the fan at that point, and like these fucking squirrels are dying left and right, and like it just becomes like an all-out war movie. And there's some moments in that fucking part that I was like, this is fucking brutal. Like I think shit's going down, and I'm just like, I'm thinking back to the beginning of the beginning of the game where I had to like bring some cheese to a mouse, and now I'm fucking dodging like Nazi teddy bears shooting me in the face. And I'm like, this is horrifying. I love this game. Yeah, I had a fantastic time replaying this on Live Reloaded. Like I said, the visuals are a lot better on this game. The camera control is, and they also fix the third-person aiming, because spoilers, halfway through the game it basically becomes a third-person shooter. So Yeah, so like actually having a second analog stick for that is very nice on this version. I always thought this version was the lesser of the two because people always complained about the censorship in this one because apparently they censored a few more of the curse words than they did on the 64 version. But honestly, I didn't notice it being that bad. Like they always censored the word fuck, but I noticed like there's a couple other words that got censored. But honestly, it makes it a little funnier to me because these characters aren't supposed to be using this language anyway. So whenever they would say something and it was censored, it was still pretty damn funny. So I didn't mind that. So I don't know why people complain about that, why they say it like ruined the game. It's the same goddamn game. Like get over that. It's fine. But yeah, I fucking loved Conker's Live and Reloaded. And I'm actually replaying 64 right now just as a nice little comparison.
Hmm.
I'm actually a little bit sad that you picked this game. Not that it's like a rule that we have, but it just seems like it's the way that we talk about it. It's almost like a mini rule. Is I was hoping one day we would do a map out of this.
We've done map outs of game. I did Resident Evil 4 remake, and then we did a map out of it that month.
That is true.
We
Yeah.
basically did the same thing for The Witcher 3. I picked
So
it. That's my GameStop game.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's always a possibility.
Yeah, I've always wanted to play this, and I thought it would make a really cool map out. So hopefully we get
would-
to do that.
It'd be
Well, he didn't
hilarious.
pick Per Day. He picked Live and Reloaded, which is like
Yeah.
the remake or something.
I'm sure that's the one that we would play, though.
I mean, because the rare replay one, I'm sure
Right.
looks just as polished.
Yeah,
Do you
I
know,
mean,
Alex?
it's
Yeah.
the rare replay one is a 64 one, but it's been HDified for the collection. But Live and Reloaded just looks beautiful. I mean, the game just looks overhauled completely.
Would you say they're strikingly different in terms of visuals?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like it looks
Okay.
like leaps and bounds above the original. I kind of wish Rare did this for a lot of their other games at the time. Like I could have seen them doing a Banjo or like a Perfect Dark remake with the Xbox hardware because what they did in this one looks really good. Like you can, I don't know if you want to look up screenshots or something or like videos, but it looks really freaking good. And
I'll see you in the thing post.
it's a little confusing why, because this is on the backwards compatibility for the Xbox, why this isn't included in Rare Replay. Like I get that like maybe they just want to include the original, but if it's already backwards compatible, why not just include both?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
I didn't even look. I assumed that it was in there. That's disappointing.
No, but like you can buy it separately for like $10. But just weird that like it's weird that you have to do that.
Right. Because don't they have like Grab by the Ghoulies in the replay?
Yeah, Grab by the Ghoulies.
So it's not like they don't have Xbox ones in there. That's
and it's sad because this is the best thing they did for the original Xbox. Grab by the Ghoulies is like a mid game, and then Perfect Dark Zero and Cameo got moved to 360 like last minute, so those became 360 titles. So this is the best game they made for the original Xbox.
That sucks.
Whatever, it's on. You could get it on the same system. So
yeah.
The thing is, though, like Live and Reloaded, I remember seeing magazine screenshots of this back in the day. I was super jealous. Like I never had an Xbox and like the M-rated games. Even before that, one of my like family friends had the cartridge for Conker's Bad Fur Day, and I was a child and he was a child. I don't know how he got it. He didn't have older brothers. But I remember playing scenes like the Matrix scene. It was huge. The curse words, everything. And at the time, like that was just, mind-boggling. I guess. There are questions in my mind of like how well could a newcomer adjust to it? But I would address that later in the map out. I guess what I'm interested in is that with the framing of Live and Reloaded, you mentioned the not Band of Brothers. What's the military thing?
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan reference, which seemed like the framing for Live and Reloaded. I know he's on the cover with like a army hat and the getup and a rifle. And I was curious first off if that segment you were talking about was also in the original, and then also how you see that theme present in this game. I know there's multiplayer and stuff, but I'll let you talk about it.
Well, they that scene is still original and present in the original title, the Saving Private Ryan reference. The only thing they added in this one was there's a Dracula's Castle part that in the original it wasn't really a reference to anything. It was just like a spooky Dracula's Castle level where you have to like fucking feed this giant vampire bat people, and it's funny. And then in this one they changed Conker's costume to be a Van Helsing reference, which is very 2004. So like, but it still plays out the exact same. So I was like, that's weird. But the military theme, yeah, that's still like the most memorable, like probably meatiest like chapter in the game is that chapter. And then also Live and Reloaded had online multiplayer where you played in that like universe and like the military squirrel versus teddy bear universe. So that was sort of like the big push for Live and Reloaded. That was the live part of the game. The live was the Xbox Live. Loaded, Reloaded was the
Remaster,
remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was sort of the framing. I do wish it wasn't on the cover because I think if you played the original and you only knew like just the black cover with Conker and Barry, you wouldn't see the war section coming because it kind of just throws you off and it's funny. But I get it. Maybe by that point they figured people already knew, what that game had and that it was a remake. So I don't know. It's fine to me, but it is like there thematically. Like even at the beginning of the game, he calls his girlfriend and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna be late tonight. The boys said they're going off to some war tomorrow or something, and I'm drinking." And that sounds like a throwaway excuse, and like until you get to that segment, you're like, "Holy shit, like, I'm at war."
That's awesome. How long is this game?
I beat this one in about 8.5 hours. I think I came in right at 8.5 hours, so it's not bad.
It's not bad.
So there were a few parts that I had to look up things because they don't. There's a couple of mechanics later on in the game that they don't explain very well to you. And then like I got the parts where I got stuck like twice, and I had to actually go on a walkthrough and try to figure out what the hell I was supposed to be doing right now because I was like there was a part in the castle where I had to do that, and there was a part during the war segment where I had to like there's this part where like this big crash plane is in your way and you have to blow it up. So you go to a bathroom and this guy comes out of the bathroom and he doesn't know that he has dynamite strapped to his back. So you have to guide him all the way to that part of the crash plane and then blow him up to get the crash. Conker's a fucking sociopath, by the way. You have to get and fucking blow up the plane. But I couldn't figure out how I was supposed to get him there. I didn't know what to do. And then I figured out like there's a pushing mechanic that they never explained to you. And I was like, what? Okay, I'm sure. And then I finally figured it out. But like I was just like spent a minute like, how do I get this guy over here? Like I get it. Like he has to blow up the thing, but how do I do it? So
yeah. Do you think that some of the does it feel more like an N64 game or more like an Xbox? I know it was Xbox, but more like an Xbox 360 game because it was towards like the end, right?
Well, the thing was it was impressive on the N64 anyway because it had like full voice acting and stuff. I think this feels like I guess Xbox or maybe early 360 game. Honestly, probably early 360 game because the audio is not compressed. It sounds great. They re-recorded the soundtrack with like it's like orchestrated now instead of whatever they did for the 64 version. So the soundtrack sounds a lot better. And like mechanically, it feels fine. Like Rare games, I've always sort of transcended time in that way. So I think with the facelift, it really does feel like it could have been like an early 360 game almost.
Wow, it's impressive.
Yeah. So and the humor is like, if I had to compare the humor to anything, it's like it still has that cheeky Rare humor, but the vulgar side of things is almost like early South Park. Like there's moments in this game where you have to like piss on things, which is funny. Like you're straight up like have to get drunk, and then you walk around just pissing on stuff. And I was like, hell yeah. And then but there's still that like rare humor. Like the main antagonist of the game is this Panther King, and his whole spiel is that he has a table that's missing a leg. So every time he puts his milk on the table, it spills the milk. So his scientist is like, I know how to fix that. We need to put a squirrel under that table to keep it upright. So the whole point is that he wants to find a squirrel to prop up his table so that his milk doesn't spill. And I was like, this is the dumbest premise for a game.
Yeah, that's great.
This is amazing.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I really enjoyed Live and Reloaded. So I think people, if you are listening and you want to play this game, and maybe you don't want to, play the rare replay, you can play the original, but maybe you don't want to dish out the money for the N64 version because that game still goes for like 50, $60 sometimes. Live and Reloaded is a fantastic game, and I would just play that. You can get it cheaper.
I did buy a repro within like past year or two for like $20 online. So I mean, there are ways, but it does sound like the definitive way to play Conker. So I mean, I might just even play it just cause.
If you don't care for like a few words being censored, if a couple more swear words are censored, it's basically just a better game. The people online were just fucking upset because I don't know, they censored a couple more swear words. Like whatever.
I play JRPGs. They literally censor everything, so I'm not fazed by it.
Conker. I remember the announcer saying that at one point.
I don't want to spoil the ending of the game because, especially if we map it out sometime, because it has a fantastic ending.
Yeah, it sounded very mappable from the way you were describing it.
Yeah, we it'd be easy to map it from like set piece to set piece, basically, because that's basically what the game is. So it'd be like when we're at the Pooh Mountain section, and then we're at the Caveman section.
Yeah.
Button mappers go to Pooh Mountain.
That sounds like a DVD you like get like at a rental store. It's like, I don't know if I want to watch. I guess
Well,
they don't have Ferris Bueller, so I guess I'll get this one.
This is for the Pornhub month.
Oh, don't ruin my month.
Sorry. Well, thank you, Alex. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Over. All right. Well, paging Dr. Teddy. Listen, hey, I'm a treasure kind of guy. I go treasure hunting in my spare time. I bring my shovel with me to work, and I find patches of grass that look suspicious, and I dig. I dig for the treasure of the chest. I get that chest workout. It's the real treasure of my day. Along with the Treasure Company, I think they've released some amazing games over the years. The Gunstar Heroes, the Mischief Makers, the Ikarugas, the Radiance of Silver Guns. There's released some stinkers. They've released the Light Stalker, I don't even know the name of that. Light Crusader on the Genesis. That game's garbage. Then Dynamite Heady is fine. And they had Bleached Dark Souls. But the game I'm talking about today is just a real treasure. Guys, ask me what treasure game I played.
Hey, Daddy.
Yeah, oh God.
Hey, Daddy. Hey, man. What treasure game did you play?
I didn't. I played Resident Evil Remake 3.
Sin and Punishment? You're going to talk about Sin and Punishment here?
No, Resident Evil Remake 3. It's the real treasure of today is that I played a button mapper classic, a Resident Evil remake. I was just feeling it. I honestly did try and play a couple treasure games this month. It just wasn't happening. So, but Resident Evil Remake, I just went in. I don't know. I got the itch. Last year I was really feeling the 4 remake. I was really feeling the 2 remake. And so those Resident Evil games always go on sale, and I got 3 Remake just like I ought to play this. I never really played it before. I know it didn't review as well as either necessarily, but I still figured from a lore perspective, it's kind of important to have some of that foundational knowledge about the series. And I even watched all those movies last year with you, the Alice movies, and then sometimes I watch the Netflix stuff. So I just wanted more foundational knowledge about Resident Evil, and I think that this has delivered. I am not yet finished. I'm about 5 hours in. I'm at the Nest, so just past the hospital, and it's been an action-packed game. I really like this game. It feels less of like it still feels like survival horror. These zombies are tanks compared to like Resident Evil 2 remake. I mean, they're also tanks there, but the difference is it's a lot more like frantic action-packed video gaming. You're playing as Jill Valentine, and you start the game getting chased by Nemesis. That's how you start. He breaks into your goddamn apartment, hunting you down because you're one of the STARS members, and it's frantic. It's fun. You run into other police department members, and then there's some interesting intersectionality between that and then the Resident Evil timeline, specifically with the Resident Evil 2 remake and 1. I just like how I can kind of piece together like where I am in this timeline between the Spencer Mansion, hi Spencer, and the Raccoon City Police Department takeover. Hey, Alex.
Alex
So-
was not mentioned in that. I don't know why.
I wanted to say I wanted to be involved too.
Okay.
I think that from the character standpoint, Jill is cool here. I mean, she seems more like just kind of domestic than like a super cop. But Carlos is the new guy, and he's got he packs a punch. There's all types of interesting new zombie designs. There's ones I know they had the Ganados in 4, but in this one they have these ones that are little crabs that come out of their heads, and then there's these huge freaking monsters. There's these just imagine a tadpole at 100 times size that will eat your face off. There's these just shit monsters in the hospital. It's crazy. And then there's horde scenes where there's just hordes of freaking zombies, and you got to take them out. And they do play with a lot of the tension. Oftentimes I was running down to some of my last bullets, even playing on normal. And I think what I liked about this too is I felt like I was doing less puzzle solving and more action, more exploration. Sometimes the prior to felt more caught up in finding keys that would connect to certain doors and a lot of backtracking. There's really not that much here. Just some really big bad bosses and fight sections and a lot of surviving to do. So I am absolutely having a blast finishing up my playthrough of Resident Evil 3 Remake.
Yeah, you're right at the end. Is this our first review?
Perhaps, yeah.
Because Faberlon did this 2 years ago, I think.
Did.
I think this might be our first review, everybody. Hell yeah. I'm very down the middle with this game. I think it was, which I'm very down the middle with the original 3 anyway, so it kind of falls in line with me. But I like the ideas of this remake, but I also think that they wasted an opportunity by not expanding upon the original game, because the original game also kind of felt shallow to me, where it was more of an action game, and that one too. This kind of feels like that. My biggest complaint with this game is, and maybe you could talk about how you feel about it, is the fact that in Resident Evil 2 Remake, which we all played, Mr. X was terrifying, and he followed you everywhere. And then Nemesis in this game is kind of scripted. He's kind of just at those scripted moments in the game, which made Nemesis seem less scary than Mr. X, which it was supposed to be the opposite. Nemesis is supposed to be the ultimate Resident Evil villain, and that's part of this remake kind of bummed me out a little bit as a longtime fan. Was like, I liked that that part of the 2 remake, you know, of being constantly pursued like wherever I go, and it feels like they didn't really do that with Nemesis, and I don't know, kind of lame.
I get what you're saying because Mr. X can appear at random, you know, after a certain point, whereas Nemesis doesn't do that. It just wouldn't work with the way that the story is, you know, progresses in this game, especially because, you know, of the character framework. You're playing alternating chapters as opposed to one character throughout the whole game. And also, you're just so rapidly moving from place to place. I think also one issue with Nemesis sections is that they do feel a little bit of autopilot, like you are, like kind of just. I really like the transitions in terms of camera work into like it seems like you're in the middle of a cutscene and then it becomes you running away and you have to you know, control it. But I really didn't have many issues with it. There's also this weird like evasion system. It's not weird. It works well. But I think it almost makes it too easy to avoid damage, which takes away from some of that thrill. But Nemesis, especially when you do end up battling him, he is still terrifying. He is still a monster. I don't want to say too much in case we ever, you know, I don't want to spoil this for Spencer. But Nemesis becomes like pretty intimidating throughout the game.
Yeah, Nemesis is like is next to Wesker. Nemesis is like the poster boy for like the series in a way. Like he's, you know, if they use stuff from Resident Evil and other games or whatever else, they usually use for like the villains. They either use either Wesker or Nemesis because Nemesis was that memorable of a villain. So I do like the scenes you're talking about. I think it's early on one of the coolest ones. The encounters is where Jill just drives a fucking car into him. And then they like crash down the car and you like crawl out and stuff. Like that was neat, you know. like there's some good cinematic moments with him in this game. Yeah, there's more I can complain about, but I don't really want to complain that much. But there it is. Like this game, and this would be the last thing I have to say like this, but this game was this game was made by the B team. Like the A team made Resident Evil 2 remake, and then they moved on to 4. This game was supposed to be DLC for 2, and then they just decided to cut it off, make it its own standalone game. And I think that's might be part of my problem with it. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't feel like a full Resident Evil release. But I get the strategy, I guess. But I do kind of wish it was just like a DLC for 2.
And I don't know if Teddy, you can answer this, but do you think they should move to 0 or Code Veronica next? If that is their intention to keep making them, which they've, to my knowledge, they've sold all pretty well. So I would think.
Redo 6.
No.
Redo. No, it's a joke. I don't know. I haven't even played 6, so, and I'm scared too. But I don't know. I haven't played either 0 or Code Veronica, and Alex kind of grimaced at it, so I'm gonna say
no. I grimaced at the idea of them doing 0 next. 0 is a cool game and all, and I would like to see that at some point. But let me answer your question right here, Spencer. Code Veronica is a Claire Redfield solo joint. And it was actually supposed to be Resident Evil 3. Whenever Sony had a contract with them, so whenever they were developing Resident Evil 3 for Dreamcast, and Sony was like, "Oh no, the main number ones have to be on the PlayStation. That's our deal." So Nemesis became 3. Nemesis was supposed to be a spinoff. That became 3. Code Veronica, which was 3, became Code Veronica. So in all actuality, Code Veronica is the 3rd game, but they just couldn't call it that. So that's honestly where they should head next, in my opinion. I think that game's worth it.
But ironically, well, I guess not. I was thinking like it'd be funny because they would definitely release it on the PS5.
Oh yeah.
Even though it's like it isn't quite a fuck you because they were working on the game and they built it, so it's like they got to release it. But
well, they ported that Dreamcast version to PlayStation 2.
Oh, did they? Oh, okay, cool.
Later on, yeah, but they just where it debuted on Dreamcast, they couldn't call it 3 because they had that deal with Sony.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like, "Well, it's a spin-off, yeah." But it's Claire Redfield and Chris Redfield. I'm like, it's fucking 3. It's like,
So wait, what would be the problem with doing 0? I'm still confused on that.
0
Well,
is
isn't
weird.
it more like the original Resident Evil in terms of like
Yeah.
camera
Well,
angles and stuff?
they've already up. Okay, so 0 was built off of the remake of 1, so it already looks like that, and
Mhm.
then it plays like that. But also, you play as Rebecca and another character Billy, and that game's about switching back and forth and puzzle solving. So you have 2 characters simultaneously. So like one will be in one room, you can switch back to another one, move him around, and that's the deal with the game. I don't know how they would do that in like a modern one, like successfully.
Why don't they remake it and make it co-op
I mean, that would be cool. They could do that, like they did some of the
with the
other
the
ones.
2 and 3 engine as a co-op game?
That
That would be.
Yeah, I could see that working, but then also the single player would be questionable. But I can see that working. But honestly, it doesn't need it like that. Where it is built off the 1 remake, it looks as good as the 1 remake, and the 1 remake looks fantastic still. So they really don't need it.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
by
the
that-
thing
by-
too,
by-
though, is like,
Uh,
can I jump in real quick?
yeah.
Yeah.
So with like, what makes it complicated is like you wouldn't think about touching the Resident Evil 1 remake it in like the over the shoulder perspective. But that's basically what they did with 2 and 3, which I love. I am team over the shoulder. But the thing is that like 1 is so iconic, you know, for just that view, that I think it's hard to imagine being in that mansion and doing it from over the shoulder perspective. I can't speak from like the longtime Resident Evil fans perspective, but that's what I would imagine, is that they would almost think it's sacrilege to do that.
Well, I would speak as a person that is outside of that, because to me that's where the money. That's the whole point. And I would say do 1, remake 1 with the over the shoulder. I am totally cool
I
with
think
it.
that's a good idea.
Because-
it sounds like a contentious idea, but I think it's a good idea.
Well, but that's the point, is that the people that are, the old fans that are, die hard, that maybe would not like that, they have Resident Evil 1. I would prefer to play the over the shoulder kind of thing. And I'm like, that would be them reaching a new market. Now, technically, I have played 1 only because we did that on the button mappers, and I enjoyed it. But I wouldn't really play that style of game, but I would be more apt to buy an over-the-shoulder Resident Evil 1, especially because 2 was such a blast. So I think go for it. Remake 1. Why not? I think they should totally do it.
I think Code Veronica would also fit that style better, honestly, because it has more of an interesting setting and like different settings as you go along. Whereas like 1 and 0 are just in a mansion mainly. Like both those games are just kind of they have other things going on too, but they're just mainly in like one location for both of those. So
They can add to it. It's a
I
remake.
can see that.
They could
Yeah, it's true, but
add some
I
cool
can see
shit.
it being. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how Capcom does their remakes, but I imagine they don't want to piss off too many of the original fans, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's give him a Mega Man outfit, you know?
Yeah.
Just don't. Just if they go to Resident Evil 5 next, I am gonna have questions. That's all I'm saying. So I'm gonna have some fucking questions. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
I can't imagine that a modern era Resident Evil 5 remake.
I mean, they could make it more of a horror game, but that game's stupid. It's fun, but that game's stupid. Just leave it. 5 and 6, just bury them. Don't touch it. Just leave them alone.
Yeah, I think they're actually running out of stuff. I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know what I'm talking about because of all the spin-offs and stuff, but it does seem like, their biggest remaster remake projects have been done. Like, I don't know how much room there really is left.
Oh, there's some weird ones, but they wouldn't do it. There's some weird spin-offs. Like Gaiden, the Game Boy Color game, or Survivor. Like there was like 3 games in that series. Outbreak, but no, they wouldn't do those. I'm glad to hear you're having fun with 3 though. I wish I could have played it from a different perspective. than my own because I already go into it jaded and I come out of it even more jaded. And I'm like, yeah, I still don't like Resident Evil 3. Okay, moving on. So I wish I imagine if I played this 3 remake like whenever I was younger, maybe when I first played 4, I imagine I would have ate it up and I would have loved it.
I think because it's like I am still learning about like the lore and stuff, like that's what I appreciate from the foundational perspective, picking up those notes, digesting the information. I'm still in that Metroid Prime artifact mode, you know?
Scanning everything.
Yeah. Shoot every nutcracker.
Yeah, you found the little raccoons, right? Around them.
Are they? There's like little guys like with symbols, I think.
There's also raccoons you can find, like the Raccoon City mascot is a little raccoon you can find.
Maybe that's what it is. So there you go. That was my treasure game.
What a treasure! I think
Something to treasure.
Spencer had some words. I don't know. You look concerned, Spencer, when you said Resident Evil.
I'll save it.
Oh no, I'm getting the talk.
I'll let the comments handle that. Terry.
No, it was Bio. Bio last time said only one Digimon game. Bio, can you please repeat? Only.
I think you
Bio,
prophesied this episode.
I would also argue, Bio, that mine was still in the spirit of a Monster Tamer. I did 2 Monster Tamer games. They just weren't Digimon specific, but with Pokemon, it was like spiritually.
Yours was more Monster Tamer than mine was.
And Bio, I would also argue that mine is in the spirit of Monster Tamer, taming the monsters inside of Alan's head.
You know.
Mine was more of a monster. Mine was more of a monster talker.
Monster talker.
You just kind of talk to him for a little bit, and then you do like a battle. That's how mine was. I'm like, "What's up, Pokemon? What's up? What,
Hey,
man,
how
what do you
doing,
want?
Alan?
Pokemon, man, dude, I need to know what do you want from the Sonic Drive-In? I'm going through the Sonic Drive-In right now.
Dude, get me a freaking slushy. I don't know.
All right, man. I get you.
What do they even
you want
have?
you want corn dog or something?
You want that
Chili
corn
dog only. Sonic with a chili dog.
I saw a commercial the other day on YouTube where Sonic has a peanut butter bacon burger.
Mm.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Good.
Great.
That's
Look at all that protein.
Is peanut butter like
bacon,
peanut butter on meat like that? Like,
and
is that
burger.
A thing?
Throw some cheese on that, dude. You're hitting protein goals.
No, don't get me wrong. I love peanut butter, but I've never had peanut butter on meat. You know, like on bacon or beef or anything. Like what?
Peanut butter.
You don't dip your bacon in peanut butter?
Like I think the closest I've had is like when I have some chili, I might have a peanut butter sandwich with it. But even then, it's not like I'm eating it on my sandwich. I'm just eating the sandwich separately.
Yeah, you have to be careful combining sweets with
Savory.
meat. Yeah, and a lot of peanut butter usually is packed with sugar, so I could see that being a little contentious. Not all peanut butter, but a lot.
I've had chocolate covered bacon before.
I've had that too.
That's pretty good.
It wasn't great, but it was interesting.
Fine.
I didn't hate it. Yeah,
Lamb and mint jelly.
I've never had that.
Combo.
That sounds high end.
It is the only thing you can use mint jelly for. You can't really use it for anything else.
Okay. I like mint.
I like chocolate covered potato chips though. That's a nice sweet and you know, it's like salt. It's like sweet and salty. That's good.
See, sweet and salty's okay. Sweet and salty's okay. Cause like chocolate covered pretzels, come on.
Well, like bacon's like salty, right? So
it will be if you salt it. but
traditionally bacon's pretty.
But it's fatty and meaty.
What you call me?
Just how I like them, baby.
Shaming the bacon.
I ain't
All I'm saying
shaming
is that if you want a video of me going to Sonic and eating this damn peanut butter burger, because I will do it. I will like film it in my car like a fucking vlogger. Let me know, and I will go eat this damn burger, and I will tell it. We'll experience it together.
The video of you eating cheese for an extended period of time was the grossest and funniest video I've ever seen. So
I will eat
I watched
this entire. I will eat this entire peanut. Like I won't be like one of those vloggers that's like, "This is interesting." No, I will eat the entire peanut butter bacon burger, and then I will tell you what I think. So you have to watch the entire experience first of me eating it.
And no napkins.
Review.
No napkin, no. And I will have a Coke Zero right beside me.
How about a bib?
No bibs.
No, it's going on.
I
On my
wanna-
shirt, all over the shirt.
Part of the fun is the mess. I want to see the mess.
You'll see it better on a white bib.
Hold on.
You have to wear a
look
white
this
shirt.
burger up.
You have to wear a white shirt, like a throwaway white shirt
Okay.
that you don't mind
Look at the
getting
Sonic.
all messy.
A white beater.
Yes, so I can see that chest.
And the mustard stains.
Yes,
I don't even have
butter
one, but I'll go buy one.
yes, please.
You have to buy a 5-pack because that's all they sell them in.
Yeah, a 5-pack next to a 6-pack.
Buy 5 of them just to wear it one time to eat a burger.
Make it your thing. You're
Yes.
gonna buy 5 of them. Just make wife beaters your thing. That's the thing you wear now.
Okay, here's what's included on the peanut butter bacon cheeseburgers, straight from the Sonic website.
Wait, is it peanut
What's
butter,
included?
bacon, and cheese in a burger?
It's peanut butter, cheese slice,
One,
bacon,
two,
burger
three.
bun, grilled
Oh.
burger patty, grilled onions.
Okay, so onions is the ultimate
the
thing.
onions are-
And you could probably
Onions
ask
I
for
know,
no
Onion
onions.
butter. Ooh.
2,000 calories.
Mm-mm. No way. It's not 2,000 calories.
It's not-
With
no, I'm
the,
just kidding, it's not.
That's most
Okay.
people's daily diet.
I'm just fucking with you.
I'm
Okay.
getting better at calculating that shit, and there's no way. There's
This
no
burger
way.
will kill you. No, it's 870
That sounds more
calories.
like it.
Yeah.
You will die when you eat this burger.
You will
It
go
looks
to bed.
gross. It looks gross. Do you guys want to link to this website?
No.
Oh no, I'll put it in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks gross. I don't know. That does not look appealing to me.
Be more appealing if it had
From now on-
banana in it.
The best topping for your meat is peanut
I'll tell you-
butter. You
I'll
heard
tell
it
you
here
what, I
first,
do
folks.
like a good peanut butter banana sandwich. That is good.
You're not going to give me credit for that pun?
No. You know, that was Elvis's favorite sandwich, and he died on the toilet. Coincidence? I think not.
Thank you very much. Give me one of
ate
the
so much-
peanut butter banana sandwiches.
He had too many. That was his favorite sandwich.
Was it?
And then he
That's
shitted.
weird.
And then he shitted and farted his brains out or something. I don't know. What did he die of?
Oh no, my
All we
brains,
ever-
my brains are coming out of my ass. Oh,
Mama, my brains are coming out of my asshole.
oh no, not again.
He's like shaking his hips.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like, what did Elvis die of? Nobody ever, anybody ever says that he died on the toilet.
It's got to be heart failure from drugs.
I gotta figure this out before we.
That's what it always is.
Or peanut butter.
Why did
bacon
Elvis
sandwich.
die?
Why did he die? I like
That's
that. Not
true.
how, but why.
Why did you die?
Yeah.
Elvis. Come on.
Come on, Elvis.
Oh, I don't want to read
Better.
articles.
What did you expect? What was your goal with Googling it?
What
Oh.
modern song best encapsulates Elvis? I'm going Hips Don't Lie.
Cardiac arrhythmia? What is that?
It's like a heart.
Arithmetic, where
It's
you
like a heart
calculate
thing.
numbers. But
Well,
with
yeah, I know
your
cardiac
heart-
would be hard, but what? Yeah, what's arrhythmia? What does that mean?
Arithmetic. He's a
Yeah.
mathematician.
Maybe
He
try
died-
math.
Cardiac arrhythmia
Doing
is
Sudoku.
improper beating of the heart, whether irregular, too fast, or too slow. Something don't
Some
feel
could say-
right.
Too much potassium, maybe.
Elvis, put down that peanut butter banana sandwich and get off the shitter. Oh, I wish I could. I wish I done could, but I'm shitting out my brains.
He's eating it on the
Yeah.
on the toilet as he's shitting. Or it's so damn good.
Call the goddamn doctor. I ain't doing feel so good. Things aren't adding up in my heartbeat.
No, Mama. Mama, I love the banana. Don't make me take this banana out of my mouth.
Don't make me take the banana out of my mouth.
Elvis, always seen with a banana in his mouth.
Yeah. Cannot find a picture without one. I don't know if
It's
you
true.
knew that.
Coincidence?
I think not.
They don't call him Elvis Banana Presley for nothing.
Well, I'll treasure this episode for the rest of my life, guys. Which isn't going to be long after I eat this peanut butter burger.
Yeah, I know.
So, heads up.
Some famous last words right there.
Heads up. Looking for a replacement soon. I think I'm going to be doing the vlog in my car, and then all of a sudden the employees inside Sonic are going to hear because I'm just dead on the horn.
Well, they'll be numb to that sound, I'm sure.
Oh, we got another one.
Yeah.
We got another honker.
Yeah, they have like a name
Guys,
for
we
it
got back
already.
with the rest of them.
Yeah, that's what they call them.
The honkers.
We got another
We gotta get
honker
them
out
out
there.
Sonic style. The speed of sound.
Then they grind me up, make me the chili sauce they use for their chili dogs.
Mm.
I'll get back to the earth.
Eventually.
That's what we
Eventually you'll
call
do
a
it.
chili dog.
Yeah. Chill.
I was
dog.
I was thinking about this yesterday. Would you, if somebody was like, for scientific purposes, I need to eat a piece of human.
Right.
When you die, can I have your finger or something to eat? Would you? What would your reaction be to
Would you
that?
consent?
Yeah. Like, would you consent to like a piece of your body being eaten? Just one piece, like a finger or something.
Isn't that called just being an organ donor?
Yeah.
Yeah, but not for being eaten, though. That's,
There are
like, they don't.
there are
Like
certain
Hannibal Lecter isn't like, yes, my shipment is here. The donors have arrived.
well there
Frozen finger food.
I haven't done any research on this, but so I apologize if I'm wrong if somebody wants to look it up, but there are, to my knowledge, like businesses out there that will do a contract with you where they'll pay for your funeral. Like they'll do the whole thing. They'll give you they'll pay for the cremation or I don't know if they do plots of land, but they'll pay for the basic the complications of a funeral under the signature that you will give them your body for their purpose. So theoretically,
Not to eat, though.
We don't know.
But would you consent if you knew the purpose was to be eaten? Would you consent?
and they're paying for my funeral?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. I don't give a shit.
You're gonna be that peanut butter bacon burger soon.
What? I don't
No, it's
believe.
true.
I don't believe in an afterlife. So like, I don't think
Yeah.
that. I think you become one with the soil. So,
When I die, just throw me in the trash, right?
dude, you might as
Close
well.
enough. Yeah, I was going ocean.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna be a flower somewhere. That's all that matters to me. Is that it doesn't. So, yeah, do what you want.
Neil Young said it best. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind.
What?
You did say
Neil
that.
Young. Yeah.
Did
Famous
he,
words.
was he eaten for science?
The answer,
Yeah, while
my
singing.
friend, is eating me for science. The answer is eating me for science.
Grind me up into an ice chili. Serve me with some crackers and a little bit of hot sauce.
And I've been to the Sonic and I got a burger. It had some bacon and peanut butter. I took one bite and said something ain't right, and that's when my head hit the horn. Beep, beep.
We got a honker!
Oh shit!
Oh, it's Neil
Young.
Young. Take a picture.
He eats just like the other folk. Grind them up.
It's a big person grinder in the back of Sonic with somebody just constantly grinding.
Yeah, just like endlessly.
Dump in the honkers. Can I get that sundae with extra hot fudge? Oh, you definitely can. we're short on meat. You definitely can.
Cut this man a deal.
I'm not sponsored
Meal
by
deal.
Sonic, obviously. Not sponsored by Sonic. We need to put that out there just in case anybody wondered.
Not sponsored by Neil Young.
Yeah, or him.
I'll put that out there. He
Is
did
he
not
dead?
sponsor us.
I don't think so. I think he actually made some waves last year.
Like in the pool.
Oh,
Yeah, in a pool. In a pool.
he wants to wait.
That's where he made the waves, in the pool.
Neil, stop making Neil. You're splashing everybody.
Neil, cut it out.
Damn it, Dale.
He's like in the pool, like
being a real scoundrel in that pool.
Making all those waves.
Yeah, making
Come on,
waves where he's not supposed to.
oh, he's gotta make waves in the pool.
If we end right now, we'll be at 1:30.
Can we? Okay.
How about now?
Hey y'all, don't forget to subscribe to them button mappers.